I'm sure they'd consider it rude. So that's why I don't say nothing, 'cause I know that you probably won't approve. So I have this channel with 7K videos. I know it's a lot. I know it's a lot. You don't have to tell me. But I know that surely somebody's gonna tell me. Somebody recently accused me of being angry. You don't say. At least I don't take all of my shit out on everyone. That's why I yell for fun. And I didn't used to what you see me do. Expressing yourself creatively is not something that comes easily. If you're insecure, so I had to get some good experience getting yelled at over and over and over again to help me get over it and get on with it. All these petty sensitivities, I'm still a pretty sensitive person, just not in the same way. You can say anything that you want. I know who I am, but most importantly, I know what I'm not. Sorry, I'm watching for deer right now. This is right where this deer jumped in front of my car. Look out. There's so much that a book is not gonna tell you. There's a lot an influencer will try to sell you. So many people, places, and things trying to influence your well-being. I influence myself. Influence. Shouldn't it be called outfluence? Well, because it's from out. It's not from within yourself. I influence myself. You guys know we like to break down words in the English language and talk about how little sense they make. They're purposely trying to confuse everybody, and most of society goes right along. They go right along. Don't matter if it's wrong, they just wanna fit in. Damn speed bump. Hold on a second. Gotta park my car in my garage. Hold on. Just 1 more second. Okay. Sorry. 3 more seconds. I don't like to lie. I know that's something that my gender does very well, but we don't. We suck at that. Nope, we're not going to find it again. Let's just come up with a new chord progression. Turn my car off here. Mm-mm. 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 That's an interesting chord. Mm-mm. I don't wanna be better about the way that everything is. I don't wanna be better, but sometimes I am. I'm human. Congratulations. It sucks. Sometimes I swear that I've had enough, but then I remember all the other times that I said that, and I still kept going. And there are a lot of artists that have done exactly what I'm doing in another way, probably a way better version. Maybe I do this 'cause it humbles me. Or maybe I do this so they can see. You don't have to be what the pharmaceutical companies tell you. disease. You just don't think in a linear fashion, and it bothers them. All the authority that tries to convince you that there's only one right way to do everything. And if you do it the wrong way, boy, oh boy, will you pay. So many people don't understand that nobody has the upper hand but God. Why do you let it shrink your experience? Why do you let it shrink, tell you what you are? Why aren't you figuring it out for yourself? I'll never understand my race. I'll never understand my nation, my nation, my nation, my nation, my nation. It's currently undergoing a mighty long-ass cremation. I will never understand my generation. I remember thinking this in '94. Looking around me in public school, thinking to myself, am I the only one that demands that there's something more to this experience? People are such motherfucking simpletons. Totally fine with whatever they see on the surface. And that's why they wander around with no fucking purpose. They don't realize that they're supposed to figure that out for themselves. Nobody can tell them what life is all about. It's hard to stretch my thumb. I lost the point already. I was just complaining. Oh wait, I haven't even talked about my gender yet. Holy shit. I don't understand my gender. What gender? What gender are you, Amy? I know, it's confusing, isn't it? It's pretty confusing. Do I have food in my teeth? I don't think I have food in my teeth. We could go on and 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 on about how wrong our gender is about everything. That's why they fall for psychiatry, 'cause they don't want to find the deeper meaning. And that's why they fall for crap like feminism. They don't understand that nothing, I mean absolutely nothing, is ever gonna fix them if they can't accept that they're broken. And only God will want you if you're broken. All these cockamamie-headed doctors will take advantage of every last easily exploitable person. Primarily women, but a lot of men too. I swear they all borderline personality or something. Convince you that whatever you think is wrong with you can be treated. But you notice that it's never defeated. Only God will defeat it. And by that, I mean, maybe it's supposed to humble you. By that, I mean, maybe there's something creative that you can do. Then let it engulf you or cripple you. Everything that our society would consider to be possibly a disability. You could flip it, you could twist it, and turn it into something you never thought it could be. But if you keep on popping pills, you'll never be fulfilled. People that require a prescription to be filled will never be fulfilled. And you can say I'm a bitch for this. I really don't care. This is my perspective. There's so much more to your pain. There's so much more to your anguish. There's so much more to everything that you wanna forsake. You're told to break. But maybe They want you... Okay, so like, how do I explain this? Everything in my life that has been really difficult has been a really good thing. And if I chose to separate myself from all that and be like, it's bad, I don't want anything to do with that. And then I just agreed with this idea that, oh, I'm just bipolar. I'm bipolar. And then I just took something to treat that. I wouldn't ever figure out what to do with that. You know? It's like, I just don't understand that mindset. I don't understand this like victim mentality. Like that is what people are in. When they think there's something wrong, it's like they're just knee deep in this victim mentality. Like, oh, my life is so hard. And I'm not saying it's not hard at all. I'm not saying that like you don't have a challenging experience. But the fact that you think you're not supposed to, that's what fucking kills me, dude. Because there's so much that you can get out of pain and so much you can get out of that negative experience. Way more so than happiness. Which is why, like, I really believe that people on psychiatric drugs are just being punished for being weak. Because, like, if you refuse to have a negative experience, you're not going to really have that much of a positive experience either. So, like, that's what you're doing. And you can't come. So what does that say? You can't even have a fucking orgasm in a timely fashion. I would say that's pretty fucked up. Like, I would say that's the most satanic thing in the world, dude. But I'm the idiot, right? I'm the fucking idiot. Because I don't want it to take me 5 hours to ejaculate if I had a dick. If I had an actual dick. Apparently that's how long it takes. Unless I got addicted to porn, you know? I mean, like, it's just fucking crazy, dude. Like, our world is the way that it is for a reason. And people don't want to dig deeper into, like, why that is. And I don't want to just blame pharmaceuticals, you know? Like, because people choose to fucking take this shit, okay? People need to be held accountable for the fact that they keep making stupid-ass decisions, and then they want to whine about how they were misled and shit. And, like, I'm not saying that there isn't coercion involved, man. But, like, at some point, you gotta execute some sort of fucking resilience, dude. I guess maybe it's absolutely insane to me that people don't think that they should be paying attention to how their bodies work. And this is specifically my issue with women, by the way. I mean, they're just so fucking retarded. Like, I mean, it's unbelievable how retarded they are. And, like, it embarrasses me. That's one of the main reasons I've always hated being a woman, and I've hated being a woman since I was a little kid, is because I have to associate with them. People think that I'm like them, and I'm not. I mean, we might think in a similar way, like, you know, in regards to the details and stuff like that. You know, there are things that I can, like, pinpoint as a female. But it's just, like, they really do not have any fucking logic, dude. They don't. And they're too easily offended. But now you see these men that act just like that. So it's like, this is what happens with fucking, what do you call it? Gentrification. You got all these white people whining just like black people. And now you got all these men whining just like women. Everybody needs to stop playing the fucking victim. Everybody needs to shut the fuck up. Like, I don't care if you're a fucking victim. Just fucking get over it and get on with it. Because if you stay in that mentality, people will fucking exploit you, dude. They will exploit you. And you deserve it. You fucking deserve to be exploited when you're this fucking weak. And I'm sorry if that's hard to hear. Like, I'm genuinely sorry if it upsets people to hear that, because I'm not trying to say that. I'm not saying that to be a mean-spirited, haughty, you know, like, you know, that kind of a cunt. I'm not trying to do that. I want you to live up to your full potential. And you can't when you're whining about what they did to you. Did they really twist your arm that fucking hard? Did they really do that? I mean, look, there's been a lot of stuff that's happened to me that was kind of fucked up, but I look at myself and I'm like, what did you do? What did you not do? How did you put yourself in this fucking situation, you dumb cunt? You know? Like, I'm yelling at myself the same way that I'm doing this right now, okay? And that's so fucking frustrating that we live in a society that refuses to be held accountable for anything. And this country is a total fucking shithole because people refuse to accept their responsibility and turning it into that. So they want to keep blaming all these other things. And yeah, like, you can blame the Jews. You can blame the Jesuits. You can blame the Masons. You can blame black people for acting violent. It was white people that forced them to come over here. I don't understand. Like, literally, that's what happened. Anyway. You can't get mad at people for, well, I guess I'm doing that, aren't I? You can't get mad at people for... I'm sorry, y'all. I'm a total hypocrite. I should just slip my wrist in the bathtub tonight. I'm not going to. Okay, as tempting as that is. If I was going to do that, I would have done it a long time ago. But anyway, yeah, I mean, I do get frustrated. So this is the part of me that I'm obviously frustrated with people refusing to be held accountable for anything. But I also understand, this is a more empathic part of me, okay? I understand that this is what people have done to themselves because they just really don't know any better. You know? They have eyes, but they cannot see. They have ears, but they cannot hear. Okay, so I actually just read this in Psalm 115. Hold on one second. I'll just read you this one part of it. They have mouths, but they speak not. Eyes have they, but they see not. They have ears, but they hear not. Noses have they, but they smell not. They have hands, but they handle not. Feet have they, but they walk not. Neither speak they through their throat. And does that just not describe like every single person living in Western civilization aside from the select few such as yours truly? I don't mean to be self-righteous, okay? Never that.